see spaghetti and meatballs staring at me. Spaghetti and meatballs staring at me. Get yourself a serving, maybe two. Talking Bulls basketball is what we do. Get your garlic bread and your dish of the week on spaghetti and meatballs. Oh yeah, spaghetti and meatballs. Don't forget the Parmesan cheese.
All right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Got another episode of Spaghetti and Meatballs. We're here to dive in deep about your favorite team, here post-trade deadline episode. Yep. So your hosts, Trevin and John Z, what do you say there, buddy?
I just want to come out on record. Fuck Grayson Allen.
Wait, what's that?
I said fuck Grayson Allen.
Oh, yeah. We're just going to kick it right off. Yeah. You darn right.
I might not be able to say it on Twitter, but he can't silence me here. So, anyway.
That's no, absolutely.
Old news, but
I couldn't have said it any better myself.
We're not letting it go. So, old news.
What's new? Actually, I still have the list right here. And
for those of you who can't see, he's still number one.
He is still number one.
So last week we were like, we knew we had a rough streak coming up.
Yeah.
And we thought if we could go 3-1 or 2-2, we ended up going 1-3.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we rebounded nicely.
It
was a good win last night.
Yeah, good win last night. It was really never in question. So that and against a good Hornets team. So
they can score the ball. And there was I have it written down here. There was to close like the second half. We went on a 19-2 run that really solidified.
That was pretty much the end of it. But I'll tell you what, LaMelo, he's a stud, dude.
Yeah, he's going to be a player.
He's a stud.
Here's my thing. So coming up, we have Minnesota. Well, 4 home games to before break. Minnesota, OKC, the Spurs, who beat us down there pretty handily.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was closer than that. And then Sacramento. I think we can go on a 5-game win streak to close out the.
Well, yeah. I mean, the
I don't want to jinx us.
No, the schedule is definitely set up to make that happen. You know, I mean, each one of those games is winnable. So
for sure. So normal format here. Let's get right into our. You got any shout outs?
Shout outs. Yeah, I do have a shout out.
Yes, here we go.
I was in Steve's Bakery over the weekend. Sweetest little old lady.
Here we go.
Recognized me. Just the nicest things to say. Spaghetti and meatballs. Loves you. Big Johnsy fan. Big Johnsy fan. She ended up buying my donuts for me. So
you know what? It's the fans that make the show for me.
It really is. I mean,
I like getting together with you and the banter and we talk. Yeah, but we do that via text already.
Yes, right. It's those interactions that really.
Really restored my faith in humanity a little bit.
I know it speaks to the heart. It really it made me feel good. So
yeah. So
I didn't even catch her name or anything, but just the sweetest lady.
I love it. That's great stuff. So I got one is I'm driving on 80 and sitting there, semi pulls up next to me. And normally I'm the one like this.
Yes. Oh, big honker. Yeah.
You know, but instead this guy's doing it to me, the driver. So I'm like,
where's this coming from?
And then he turns and he has one of our merch on the shirt. Oh, dude.
So you're driving at 75 miles an hour getting recognized.
Yeah. Just the guy's wearing, and it was the one with the bowl of pasta and the meatball heads in it.
Yes.
And I was like, this guy.
Classic, dude. Man, that's probably one of the last places I would have expected to be recognized.
Yeah, so like it's not just our like day-to-day fans that have us accessible on the text line. We love all you guys.
Yep.
We'll keep following the show on, keep checking our updates on Twitter, Apple Pod. We try to put it on Facebook. So we love you guys. Now this is when we get into we get into our Twitter line, and we know we got a lot of backlash after we got shut down.
Yeah. This usually has a tendency to get a little ugly sometimes.
All right, what do you get? Do you have any that you saw before I caught any? Because I got one, but this was to our text line. So
okay, well, actually, it sounds like we're gonna avoid Twitter altogether here because we had someone call in to the hotline.
Oh God,
and he's called in a few times before.
So this is not a as the radio idiom goes, first time, long time. This is a long time caller.
Just about every day he's got something to say. Let me see if I can pull this up here. I can just read it out loud, or I could just play the message if you want.
Yeah, play the message if you can.
Okay, hopefully you'll be able to hear this. Now, this guy's name is the Boldacious Dude. So just take a listen here.
Yeah, let's see if I can hear this.
Hey, what's up, guys? The Boldacious Dude here, and I'm just calling into the hotline here to tell you how much I love you guys' show and the deep dive into the Bulls content every week. I'm just wondering, though, whose nuggets is Matt Thomas rubbing to stay on this roster? So, all right. See Red Nation, marinara sauce, sprinkling the cheese.
Oh, man. What a great call.
Yeah. The Boldacious Dude calling in.
Oh, man, did he hit the nail on the head? Whose nuggets is Matt Thomas rubbing?
That's why I wanted to play it, because I know that you've been harping on that for a little while. So
he nailed it. Oh, man, I've got tears in my eyes. He the other night, I know that Joel Embiid was just destroying us, and we made that game a lot closer than it probably should have been. Yeah. I single-handedly say Matt Thomas cost us that game. He was like 1 for 8 and throwing up absolute brick walls and then getting torched on defense.
Yeah, I mean, offense end, defensive end, it was ugly. And he was
plus minus of points allowed had to be like negative 48.
And he'll just pull up from like
anywhere
8 feet behind the 3-point line. Like,
and even when he makes it, because he made one last night, and I tweeted directly at him.
So
as much as that went in, Matt Thomas, because I was done with him after.
I believe that was the only tweet of the night. Actually, was
I was. So I don't want to get into too much, but I made an arrangement where I would have the littlest meatball with me, and the wife would put the oldest meatball to bed, and that did not end up happening. And I watched the first half and none of the third quarter, and then like part of the fourth, because I was like, whatever, All right, so that was one of the highlights of my day, right there. That call, we got it.
He might have to be a reoccurring guest.
He's like Bob from Niles on the old Bournes and Bernstein show.
Right, exactly.
So here's one, and I thought you would catch this one for sure. I didn't know if you saw it or not, though. He says, this is on the text line, so because this is when Twitter was shut down. What's up, you dusty farts? It's your boy, peanuts, butter, and jelly.
Man, you son of a bitch.
This is today, too. Don't know if you guys saw, we just got Simmons and Seth. Y'all screwed now. And then he puts this at the end. This is you. Oh, and Trevin, suck a golf ball.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So I need to calm down.
He might climb our little board back there. He might be at least tied with Knicks fan 69.
Here we go. Oh, shoot. The tape tore off. He's moving up, though. Peanuts, butter, and jelly.
Yeah.
Up on the number 2 spot there.
There you are, big boy.
That's uncalled for, and good. You got Ben Simmons. Good job. I can't wait till he goes 0 for 8 from the free throw line and costs you a playoff game.
And I was just talking to my boss about it. We were out in the little hallway, and he was saying, the game's on the line. You're down by 3, and it's in his hands, and he's afraid to shoot. And good luck.
Yep. That's who you want to have the ball in pressure time.
Yeah, this guy cracks like a freaking Easter egg. So it was last night. I texted you separately. I said DeMar had this move where it was like, I mean, he just put you in the freaking spin cycle, and he did a
Yeah.
little step back and just buried it, and instantaneous, like, I won't say what happened in my pants, but
It sounded like this. Whoop.
yeah, yep. So it was just, he's playing lights out, and your boy has just been on a tear.
Yeah, I mean it's nice because it is like you don't even question what Vooch you're gonna get. You know,
No.
it's Mr. Consistency right now.
He's not hesitant to pull the three. He's
Nope.
looking to be aggressive. He's crashing the glass.
Yeah, he is. He got slammed on though in that fourth quarter. Did you see that one?
What was that guy's name? Nick Richards? Is he the one who put it down on him?
No, I thought it was Oubre.
Oh, I always like Kelly Oubre. I was hoping the Bulls were going to get him out of Phoenix because they were like didn't have any use for him. Whatever.
Yeah.
So one of my big takeaways, like we were missing Io clearly.
Yeah.
And I thought Kobe played good last night. I do.
Yeah.
But big three gonna score like our big three should, then he can be like a secondary, scorer. And I thought he played really well, but he doesn't control the offense like Io does.
No, he's not that that floor general.
No.
You know what I mean? And that's always that's never been Kobe's strength.
No, absolutely not.
That's why he struggled a lot last year in that role. But and without Io, you don't have, and especially without Caruso, you don't have that that bulldog, that guy who's just doing all the. Well, I can't say all the, because Javonte Green deserves a lot of credit too. That guy is all over the place.
So this is
there's 5 Javontes out there.
Yes, it was a joke. And I can't remember if it was Philadelphia or Phoenix, but he and Io like going after a loose ball, and he tips it behind his head. Did you see this play?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, so that's my like dish of the week. I know they didn't even score on the play, whatever, but the guy is just grinding his nuts off out there.
He really is, dude. I love watching him play.
It's just awesome. Like he's back. He's still getting his legs underneath him, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too. His minutes seem to be he's not out there for more than 6-7 minutes at a time. He hasn't.
Yeah. So we touched on it. We got 5 winnable games coming up here. Io, I didn't hear about tomorrow night yet. I know he's still in concussion protocol, but I think there's probability he could come back tomorrow. What are your guys? Are they saying anything?
Yeah. I mean, hopeful if things trend in the right direction like they're going, he should be a go for in that game against the T-Wolves tomorrow. But I know, with the concussion though, you're always a little more cautious and stuff. So they're going to keep an eye on it. But hopefully he'll be back there tomorrow.
And here's my second question. So for those of the listeners that don't know, you are in, is it a Nintendo Switch League with one of the trainers, or is it like, what do you guys play?
Well, we kind of got a rotation of games that we play. We played Animal Crossing for a little while. We were playing Zelda for a little bit. Now we're in a big intense Mario Kart
my god
season. So it's pretty cutthroat, but yeah.
And I'm not going to put his name out there, but he's your guy on the inside. I saw a picture, and he was in the background of it today. Your guy, P. Will, at practice, cast off, looking just chiseled. Like,
Did you was he texting in the background?
He was like looking down.
I was in contact with him.
Okay, I thought so.
Because he told me he sent me a text telling me how good P. Will was looking.
Oh my god! So what is he saying? And you don't have to divulge too much, but like, is he
just the same kind of mindset or the belief as the last couple weeks that, hey, as long as there's no setbacks, as long as there's no issues, and so far so good. But yeah, he's looking good out there. They're encouraged from what they're seeing. So
I'm hearing maybe mid-March, so we could be talking about like a couple weeks after the All-Star break.
Yeah. So that would be a lot sooner than predicted. And on that point, because I've trade deadline going on today, so a lot of on the phone back and forth with people, listening on the radio. You got all these meatheads giving their takes, this and that, whatever. Well, I forgot where I was going with that point.
Well, we definitely, the East shuffled around a bit. The Bulls, we didn't make a move today.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
You and I both said a lot of these deals that we were seeing, at least the big name deals, were centered around either Kobe or P. Will, neither of which I wanted to part with.
No. And that was the point I was making, is that people are saying, oh, P. Will's, he's who you're counting on to come back. And they're not counting on him to come back and be an offensive scorer, be an offensive threat. They're counting on him to come back and do what he does best, which is play your role, play good, versatile defense, run the court. And that's exactly what they're going to get out of him. So,
and everyone wants to knock Kobe away. Newsflash, people, I think it's next week he turns 22.
Yeah.
He's 21 years old and you're giving up. What are we giving up on? Instant offense.
I'm glad that they stood pat and didn't make any moves. I didn't think that there was anything, outside of a couple of names that would have improved the roster and I would have been okay with. But, you don't just make a move to make a move. And that's what, we have total faith in the front office and the decisions that they make. So I was on board with it. If they didn't see a move that improved the team, then
my concern still, even injuries regardless, is the big man spot. Tony Bradley is god awful,
man. It's getting hard to watch him out there.
And he set a pick and roll for DeMar, and DeMar kicked it back to him somewhere near the top of the key, and it was one of the worst jump shots I've seen since Dana Vici, City Rec League. Just terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. Anytime he gets the ball in his hand, I get that weird nervous feeling in my stomach. It just, something seems off. He just looks awkward.
Was it last night or was it against Phoenix where he was switching on screen and rolls onto point guards? I'm this can't be what we want.
I think it happened twice in one possession where somehow
I think it was last night.
Yeah, he ended up on
Rozier.
Yeah. He ends up on him. They missed the shot somehow.
They
get the offensive rebound and he's right back on him. So that's never fun to watch.
So we're not saying the Bulls aren't going to make a move. Now, they didn't make a trade. That doesn't mean they're not going to make a move. There could be somebody who, was traded for just salary reasons, gets cut, clears waivers, and we make a move. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in the next week?
I think just closing out I know it's more than half, but just closing out the first half of the season on, I think, like we've said, a nice little 5-game winning streak, all winnable games.
Yep.
I'd like to see Io get back out there. If not tomorrow night, they're playing again Saturday, so I would imagine it would be then, if not tomorrow. And then he's got, because I don't know if we'll do an episode before maybe we'll do an all-star weekend episode.
Yeah, maybe we'll get, because we got Zach in the 3-point contest.
Yeah. Io will be in the Rising Star. DeMar will be in the starting lineup. So, but I don't know, just that kind of stuff. Watching Vooch keep doing what he's been doing. If he can close out the next 4 games in, any resemblance of what he's been doing, I'll be ecstatic.
On that note, do you think Billy gives Vooch a night off, knowing that he has a week to go till the All-Star break, and then or what do you think?
I don't know. I could maybe see him giving him Saturday off against who's that, against the Thunder?
Yeah, OKC.
But I don't know, because then it's Monday and then Wednesday against the Kings.
That's a much improved Kings team after that trade.
Although, that was a big move, huh?
Although I could not believe they traded Halliburton.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
The whole league was shocked.
I don't think they're much better. They're better, but I don't think they're
I don't know how much better in the long term they are.
Yes, that the long term, right.
They may be better this season and have a better chance of getting at least into the play-in tournament. But
it's that's the move you make because you're winning a championship? No.
Yeah, I don't know. That surprised me. And that's what I heard some people saying, we didn't even know he was available. If he was available, we would have been making phone calls.
Yeah.
But
so, this week for me, I think we're right on the same page as we often are. It's Io getting back healthy, and it's Vooch. Just when you're on a tear, just get out of the way.
Yeah,
and the big three have kind of like really found their niche, because we keep going back to this. I was concerned with, DeMar and his capability together, but now I think it's just Vooch getting more comfortable as that third option. And last night it was like 36, 26, 19 or something like.
And that's perfect. Exactly. If you can draw that up every time, because that's exactly what you want. Because he had what, 13, 14 rebounds or something,
4 blocks.
Yeah, 4 blocks. Yeah. I have to say he's looked better, at least on the interior, on the defensive end this year than I think last year. So
who we're really missing? I never thought I'd say it's Derek Jones Jr. Like, I feel like he's versatile. He can get you a 3 if you need it. Yeah, he's athletic. Like, it's just we're missing him more than I thought we would. But this.
Yeah, I never. At the beginning of the season, I didn't ever think that we'd be saying, "Oh, we missed Derek Jones Jr. so much." But yeah, he filled a nice role.
We got, we'll see what they do if they make any moves when these guys cross the waivers and clear up waivers. We'll see if they make any moves there. It's just interesting because we're getting the team back. Like, Caruso and Ball can't be far from returning.
No, that's what. Yeah, I mean, if Patrick Williams is looking in the middle of March, I would think that they've got to be
before that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would think definitely by the end of March for sure. And that's really only and even that's still 6 weeks away. So yeah, I would think before that.
And they were both 4 to 6 weeks. So it's like
And the recovery, my guy's saying, is going well. Still, everything's on course, and no setbacks. So
me and your boy Wong, Andrew Alcine, we're going April 8th, Bulls Hornets.
Yeah.
So maybe
is that one of the last games of the season?
Yeah, it's one of the last couple, or maybe the last home game.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping, maybe we're still fighting for a playoff spot and we get to see the full squad out there. But, I'll be happy just going to the game, get back in the UC, be my first time in a while. So
yeah, that's exciting because I mean, that's a good point. If everyone is healthy at that point and we're fighting for, even if at that point you're fighting for home court advantage in the first round or something, and
sure.
I'm sure that the only thing that will limit people playing is more just from the recovery and stuff, not wanting to rest them before the playoffs and stuff. So I imagine they'll be all out there as much as they can. So
I think our sponsor's waiting to jump on with us. You got a dish of the week, or you got any Parmesan?
Well, you know what, I because I liked the one that you said earlier with Javante. I was going to give one to Zach LaVine last night until Troy Brown Jr. missed a wide open layup.
He is train wreck Jr. He better start making something.
I mean, he made a couple of threes in the fourth quarter, which was nice. But Zach's at the top of the key, makes a nice little no-look pass because, of course, no one's paying attention to Troy Brown Jr. because why should they? Wide open. And he just duffs it. So
he's got to step up.
Yeah. Because, and I don't know, maybe if it's just his role that he's in right now, but Cabby.
All right, here we go. We got our sponsor on here, Jesse from WagerHub888.com. I guess the big question here with WagerHub is, when am I going to get my money?
After the Super Bowl.
I go on a winning streak, and Trevor, let me tell you a story. Jesse first opens up the account with WagerHub888. I make like one small bet. I'm down like $28. He's texting me on Monday night about sending somebody over to break my door.
Yeah, he's knocking on your door.
Break your thumbs or something. All right.
Well, Mr. Foxy, the online transaction game has been changed since the first of the year, so we're trying to limit our online transactions. All right.
All right. I don't care. I'm just saying.
Sounds like a likely story to me.
And if there's tips left at Deer Park, I will take some out of my winnings to sprinkle on there.
All right.
All right. So,
well, what happened? No Bulls game last night. We got no no podcast, and now tonight.
I know, but that's why we gave you. Okay, so for the listeners out here,
We opened the door for you.
We're giving our boy here a little flexibility because he's been a little bit like a caged dog here. We've only let him do bulls and bulls prop, so we're gonna open it up.
All right.
Yep. Undo the latch. Let him out.
Let him out. Let the big dog eat. You know.
All right.
So what do you got for us? NCAA, NBA, doesn't matter.
I got one NBA game, one NCAA game. But first, I got a crazy stat here. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but in the last 5 days, the favorites in the NBA are absurd 29-5 against the spread.
Wow.
Okay. In February, 46. That can't be right. 46-20, 70% in the month of February for the favorites against the spread. Again, wild. Okay. So what does that tell me? I've been tracking this last 2 days, and I figured last night, I'm like, okay, they went it was 18-0 for 2 days, something crazy like that for the favorites against the spread. So I'm like, all right, market's going to adjust. The lines are going to be inflated, right? So let's go to the dogs. Didn't really help. I think it was 6-2. The favorites went again last night. So I look at the lines today, not inflated at all. Even in some of the games, they look like they're a little lower than I would expect. So I got one game, Golden State against the Knicks. Knicks have been absolutely atrocious last 5 games, getting killed, giving up a ton of points. I'm pretty sure they've quit for the season. Did nothing at the trade deadline. So I got Golden State first half, -5.5, coming off a terrible loss to the Jazz last night.
Okay, I just want to get this down.
They got killed. They scored 85 points.
Yeah, that was surprising.
31 points in the 2 middle quarters combined.
Okay.
Coming back home, they're going to get well against the Knicks, who have absolutely no reason to be playing at all. Steph's going to go have a good night tonight. Okay, he's been slumping. We talked about this in previous podcasts. He's going to have a good start here. Golden State.
Are you writing these down?
I got that.
You write them down? Okay.
Yeah. So, and that was in the first half, right?
First half, -5.5. Yep. This line, the line's like 9.5 for the game. Seems real low at home against the Knicks, who got nothing to play for. They were 12-point favorites 2 games ago at OKC, who's also kind of an equally bad team as the Knicks. They were 14-point favorites the game before that against Sacramento. So I think 9.5 is just too low. So I'm going to definitely take the Golden State first half -5.5.
All right.
Now over to college hoops. We got a game, Purdue against Michigan. All right. Spread at Wager Hub 888 is -4 and 45. Purdue is -4. Okay. This team, 2 teams played last week. Purdue won by 6 points. All right.
Michigan. That was a close game, though. That was closer than that 6 might.
Yep. Purdue, like I said, they won by 6 points. Michigan shot 56% from the field, almost 50% from 3. Purdue shot 5 of 18 from 3, 27%. They were favored by 9.5 points that game at home against Michigan. Okay. Michigan, against the better teams they've played in conference, they lost by 16 against Michigan State, lost by 15 against Illinois. Purdue only beat them by 6. Purdue didn't shoot very well. Michigan shot better than average. I think it corrects today. Purdue wins this game by more than 4 points, and I also think the over is going to hit. Purdue scored over 80 points in 5 straight games. Michigan tends to score more points. They score about 78 points a game, and they give up about 70. So I definitely think this is going to be a higher scoring game. I want to say that the last game was 156 combined. So I'm going to go.
Yeah, what was the number on that?
Last game, I want to say it was 156.
No, what's tonight? I don't think you told us.
145.
145.
Over on the 145. Gotcha.
All right, so we got an NBA play of first half. Warriors -5.5 and 2 NCAA picks, 1 game. Purdue -4 and the over 145.
That's what we got for tonight.
All right, before we let you go, we got one of the biggest gambling weekends of the year coming up. Like, I'm not interested in lines. What's the food play for Caddy? What are we going to? Are we going finger foods or what are we doing here?
Well, it's actually going to be tough because I'm going to be on a plane most of the day. I'm heading to Phoenix tomorrow morning. I'm going to be there for 2 days. Going to go to the Waste Management, hang out in the 16th hole. So it's going to be a good time. So I'm actually flying back Sunday morning. I get in town about 3:45. So.
Well, if I know you're hitting the 19th hole and you're not going to be back in time to, watch this game. So
Somebody's missing a flight.
I'll be back. We're going to have a good time in Scottsdale. Probably hit up the clubhouse. Maybe highlighters. One of your buddy Angel Eyes famous spots.
Boom, Angel Eyes getting called out again on the show. Still doesn't listen.
You know what he did? I was with him the other day. He said he listens to the last 5 minutes.
All right. Hey, Angel Eyes, we appreciate it. As always, thanks to our sponsor, Jesse, over at wagerhub888.com. Trevin, you got something?
Just so on tomorrow night's Bulls game, send us a tweet if you have any thoughts on
send us some pics.
Yeah. I mean, whatever, just because I know they're not up or anything yet. So
will do. I got one before I go. I got one inside scoop for the Super Bowl for you prop bettors. Word on the street is the color of the Gatorade is orange.
It's orange Gatorade this year. Okay, all right.
And speaking on that, I've also heard take the over on the national anthem.
Yep, and then that's true. And another lock. Every year, first quarter and first half under is like one of the best bets in that there is.
All right, Jesse coming at us hot with some more great content.
Love it. Absolutely
Bulls
love
getting
it.
Right. We're looking to end the first half on a 5-game winning streak here. We got 4 more to go. Thanks for jumping on, Trevin. As always,
that's al dente.